Hi everyone, Dr. Adriana Popescu here with the next installment in my top tips for how to deal with anxiety. Who am I? I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, an empowerment coach, and an addiction and trauma specialist. And I have been using many wonderful tools to help both myself with my own issues with health and anxiety, depression, different things I've been challenged with, and that I've had great success in using with my clients over the past 25 years that I've been doing this. I know I don't seem that old, but I've been doing this for a long time. And here are the tools that I have found to be the most powerful and the most effective in dealing with a variety of situations, including anxiety, which is the focus of this series. So, what's the next tip or the next tool? Well, it's a tool that I love from Access Consciousness, which is asking a question. Okay, and there are any number of questions that we can ask, but in this segment, I'm going to give you a couple of different ones. Okay, so when you're feeling anxious, okay, once you've gotten yourself a little bit more calmed down, which I talked about in video number 3, ways to take a time out and to calm your nervous system down, get grounded, breathe. And in video 2, I talked about tapping as a really effective way to calm your nervous system down. Once your logical thinking brain is a little bit more on board and you can use your mind to actually help you get out of the anxiety, then I would suggest asking some questions, okay? Some really basic questions that you can ask that are from the modality called Access Consciousness are 4 basic questions. What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? And if so, how do I change it? Okay, so in the case of anxiety, you want to ask these questions not necessarily to get an answer, but to get more awareness, okay? So what ends up happening when we're anxious, we tend to get energetically contracted, right? We tend to shrink down, we get very protective. We are not usually functioning in this more expanded kind of space that we tend to be in when we're calm and relaxed, right? So the point of a question is to actually open up that space energetically so we can consider different possibilities. Because the problem when you're feeling anxious is you're usually in a negative thinking and feeling loop. Or we could even look at it this way, right? Like you're stuck on an infinity loop of negative thoughts, feelings, panic, fear. Oh my God, something terrible is going to happen, right? And you're ruminating and stressing about something very negative. And so we want to get off that loop and into a different space. So asking a question kind of breaks us out of that loop and gets us to consider things from a different perspective, okay? So what is this? Okay, I'm feeling really anxious right now. What is this, right? Oh, I'm worried about this thing that's coming up tomorrow. In the example before I said a job interview. I'm feeling really anxious about this job interview. Okay, cool. That's what this is. That's what this feeling is. This is like tightening of my chest. I'm feeling anxious about something. Okay, great. What do I do with it? Well, do I need to be anxious about this? Is this anxiety doing me any good? Can I change this anxiety in some kind of way? Right? And that's when you're asking kind of a yes or no question. Can I change this anxiety? Well, yeah, of course, because it's my thinking that's creating it. So I need to think a different thought, or I need to challenge that thought so that I can have, a different perception on it, right? Changing my point of view about it. Okay. So what is this? What do I do with it? Well, I could tap on it. I could call up a friend and get some support from them. I could prepare myself for this interview, right? I could research the company. I could review my resume. Any number, I could practice. I could practice videoing myself. That in and of itself might bring up some anxiety you want to tap on. But any number of ideas may come to you. But the whole point is to, with asking the question, is to open up to a different possibility. Okay, so those 4 questions are really helpful. And then in my next video, actually, I think because I don't want to put too much information in one, I'm going to spill this over to the next video and tell you about another one of my favorite questions to ask. Who does this belong to? But for now, what is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? And if so, how do I change it? Okay? Try that out. Let me know how it goes. You can find out more about me and my work at my website, adrianapopescu.org. Thank you.